the island everyone thinks they know, Mykonos, a name that's become shorthand for luxury, excess, and escape. An island of whitewashed houses and blue doors filled with beach clubs, designer labels, and billion-dollar yachts. But before it was a destination, it was something else. A windy, rocky island with no natural wealth, a place most people pass through on the way to somewhere holier or richer. This isn't the story of parties. This is the untold story of Mykonos. It's the story of how a forgotten rock became the most famous island in Greece. It's the story of what Mykonos used to be and what it still remembers. Mykonos and the sacred island next door, long before the airport, long before the ferries and the flashbulbs, there was Delos. Just a short sail from Mykonos, Delos was one of the most sacred islands in the ancient world, the birthplace of Apollo and Artemis, a religious and commercial hub, an island where no one was allowed to be born or die because the entire place was considered holy. But Delos needed workers. It needed food, transport, repairs, stone, and that's where Mykonos came in. For centuries, Mykonos existed in the shadow of Delos. Its people were farmers, boatmen, cooks, and traders. They built the homes, rode the goods, prepared the sacrifices. They weren't priests or nobles, they were laborers, living quietly on the edge of something sacred. When Delos fell, first to pirates, then to time, Mykonos stayed, isolated, wind-beaten, but alive. The woman who put Mykonos back on the map centuries past. Empires came and went. The Venetians, the Ottomans, the island survived through fishing, shipping, and salt trade. But it was never powerful, never rich, just tough. Then, in 1821, something changed. The Greek War of Independence began, and from this small, weathered island, a woman stepped forward, Manto Mavrogenous. She was born into privilege, educated in Enlightenment-era Europe, but she gave it all up to fight for freedom. She funded ships, armed fighters, wrote letters to the crowned heads of Europe, and when many doubted the revolution she believed, she used her name, her fortune, and her island, Mykonos, as a platform, and the island answered. It hosted rebel ships, sent men to battle, fought back against pirate raids. Manto risked everything and paid the price. She was betrayed, exiled, and mostly erased from the national story. But here on the island, her statue still stands, not because she threw parties, because she refused to stay quiet. Before the world discovered it, life on Mykonos, before the 1950s, was simple and hard. Most people were poor. Families shared small stone homes. Men went to sea or worked in quarries. Women tended goats, made cheese, carried water. There was no electricity, no cars, just wind, lots of wind, so much that every structure was designed to resist it, low, curved, sturdy. The island depended on migration. Many locals left for Athens, America, or Australia. Some returned, most didn't. Those who stayed behind survived on little: salt, barley, olives, and fish. Tourism didn't exist. The only visitors were archaeologists digging in Delos. Then, almost overnight, everything changed. What the island still remembers. By the late 1950s, Mykonos was discovered, first by artists and bohemians, then by fashion icons and royalty. Jackie Kennedy visited, so did Grace Kelly. The old windmills became postcard symbols. The fishermen's homes became boutique hotels, and Mykonos became something new, a symbol of beauty, freedom, and desire. But it wasn't just the rich who came. The island opened its arms to anyone in search of something different, a slower rhythm, a sense of belonging, and that spirit of welcome became part of its soul. Today the crowds are bigger, the music is louder, but if you walk the back streets at dawn, something else is there. The old Mykonos, a fisherman with sun-worn hands, a grandmother sweeping white steps, the whisper of the wind through a forgotten chapel. The island is not just a playground, it's a place of reinvention, a place that's always lived in someone else's shadow, and somehow always found its own light. That's the untold story, not of what the island became, but what it always was. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. I'll talk to you on the next video.